Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins is a revolutionary book. It changed my life, and I know it's changed millions of others' lives. Today, I'm going to talk about why this book is great, but then give you guys 2 warnings and things that you need to watch out for after you've read this book.
The truth is the starting line. We live in a world that's very unauthentic. So who the fuck are you? What do you stand for? What do you believe in? You know, a lot of people don't like what I say. A lot of people hate that I cuss. A lot of people hate a lot of things about me. I don't give a shit. When you find out who you are, that's when you start living your life. Don't fit in just for the sake of fitting in life. Make sure that you have something to say it. Social media nowadays is one of the biggest forms of being fake in the world. People buy likes, people buy friends, people buy comments, all this fucking bullshit. Make sure in life you do what you have to do, say what you have to say, and live the life you have to live. Don't walk around being a fake human being. Don't be scared to be who you are. Stay hard.
Because there are actually some dangerous things in this book, which may sound crazy. But let's talk about the good really fast. David is a former Navy SEAL, medalist at the Badwater ultra running race, which is the hardest race in the world. He's just a certified grinder. He is a motivational speaker now, obviously an author, and you need to read this book because it will get you out of your comfort zone. It will push you to the next level. There is no one else right now who is doing what David Goggins is doing and putting it back on you and challenging you to go harder in athletics, business, whatever you want to do.
I get a lot of questions. People asking me for help. So I ask them, what have you done to help yourself? Most of them say, I've been working hard. I'm all about being your own fucking hero, but I'm not about kissing your ass. In life, a lot of us believe that we're working much harder than we actually are. We think if we fucking got up early for 4 days, we've earned something. You gotta drop your entitled mindset. It's dead weight. We believe we work harder than we actually have. Trust me, most of us haven't. The one thing in life you gotta realize is this. Learn to help yourself. Don't count on other people to help you. Stay hard.
So I give this book a 10 out of 10. Everybody needs to read it. It's a great story of transformation. A man going from 300 pounds, losing 120 pounds in 2 months, and becoming a Navy SEAL right after that, and going through 3 hell weeks, one of them on broken legs, and passing it. Like the craziest story, the craziest ultra marathon stories. He's a war veteran in the Afghanistan war, and I think the Iraq war. He almost passed Ranger School. There's so many great stories in this book, and you really need to listen to the audiobook version so you can hear him talk. He gives a lot of extra details on top of the story and clarify some things in the audiobook. So go check out the audiobook. 10 out of 10. Let's talk about some of the things you need to watch out for in this book.
How do you let other people's opinions impact you?
I love this motherfucking question. Fuck people. One thing you have to learn early in life. I didn't learn this till later on. I don't give a motherfuck. You can't care what anybody thinks about you. If I care what people thought about me, you think I'd be yelling out here, doing a 105-pound ruck, talking shit? This is who I am. Find out who you are, whoever that may be. I don't give a fuck what you are. Find out who you are and own that motherfucker and tell people to go fuck themselves. Don't ever worry about anybody and what the fuck they think about you. You do that, I guarantee you, your life will be in shambles. You will become the biggest bitch of all time. And when I say bitch, I ain't talking about fucking females. So back in the day, we could say words like that, and people wouldn't fucking chip out. So I ain't talking about females, I'm talking about fucking sack it the fuck up. Everybody.
I believe your friend Cameron Haynes just joined as well.
Cam! We got Cameron Haynes. For those of you who don't know who Cameron Haynes is, go check him out. Cameron Haynes, bow hunter, hardcore fucking endurance athlete, old school savage.
I know 5 people in my personal life who have read this book, and what they got from this was that I'm being a wimp in my life, and I need to accept the pain and grind it out more. But these people aren't choosing a life of pain and choosing to become a Navy SEAL or to be an ultramarathoner or to go to fight in Iraq or anything that's actually hard. They are people who hate their job, hate their wife, maybe dislike their kids, don't really like their life in general and complain about it all the time. But now they're seeing this as a way out, a dip. And this is what happens in the personal development and spiritual community. People actually don't transform 99% of the time. They just reinforce what they're already doing, but then just look at it from a slightly different way. What they're doing is akin to David Goggins when he was 300 pounds saying, I have a wife I hate. I have a job I hate as a pest control guy, killing cockroaches. I'm just going to get way better at this. I'm just going to accept that my wife sucks. I have this kid on the way. I'm just going to accept that I'm going to have to live with them forever. And I'm just going to grind out doing these cockroaches even more. I'm just going to get really good and get really down and dirty and really feel the pain of these cockroaches and killing them. Most people who have read this book are not willing to change their life because of this book. They might run an extra couple miles, do an extra couple sets at the gym, but they're not actually willing to callous their mind and take risks and to go all the way. And that's what David is advocating for here, for a total transformation of your life.
Think about how many years, months, hours, seconds, days, all that shit you have wasted on people who suck the fucking life out of you. Today's a good day for you to go through and shit can those motherfuckers. Shit can those motherfuckers who only call you when they fucking need something. Shit can those motherfuckers who can't get over shit. Who continue to bring up shit from the past. Who can't move forward. Life is short. Life is precious. Spend that time with the people you love. The people you want to give that time to. Real friends, real family. Everybody else, they're just sucking up the air you breathe. You need that motherfucker to be hard. Stay hard.
For complete belief in yourself and pushing yourself all the way. And moving into the second point is that people love grind culture. People love spending their energy and just dumping it into athletics or dumping into being a workaholic. And David Goggins just had a major surgery on his leg because of how screwed up it's gotten from all the stuff that he's done to it. A lot of people don't realize that a lot of the workout plans, the activation of the fight or flight system, and a lot of things that people are doing lead to hip replacements and knee replacements and arthritis down the road. And we know that because a lot of ex-bodybuilders, weightlifters, runners, a lot of people who started in the 70s and 80s with that athleticism fad now are the ones getting those surgeries and are like, oh, I wonder what happened. This is just normal. It's like, no, it's actually not normal. You need to learn to get out of your comfort zone, but you have to do it in a 1% of the time, 1 to 10% of the time. 90% of the time, you should be very chill with everything that you are doing in life, because if you're not activating the fight or flight system too much is really bad for you. For instance, cops are the most overweight profession because one, they sit a lot, but a lot of people sit a lot, but because they have a slow cortisol drip all the time because they're stressing while they're out on the job. They're always in fight or flight mode, and that is devastating on the body. Pushing yourself beyond overtraining, even though Goggins doesn't believe in overtraining. And doing this stuff most of the time is actually a way to avoid other parts of your life. And when I look at Goggins' life, for instance, he's had multiple wives. He participated in an unjust war in the Middle East. He's grinding his legs down with ultramarathon running. So you can callous your mind and learn to push yourself and break the barriers of your mind, but it can be in a lot of different facets of your life. Like, for instance, David at the end of the book talks about how his new stretching habit, and how he stretches 3 hours a day now because he's so tight and he has so many problems. So it's like you can balance out your athletic life and not always have to be go, go, go. Same with your work life, same with your personal life. Like all these different aspects, like you can like extreme sports like, park skiing, but you can also take up golf. So these are just two things I really wanted to talk about today, because you should not use this information to reinforce your life. You should use it to transform your life. And the grinding just to grind and grinding yourself down is not a good idea, in my opinion. You can, apply the 80-20 rule here. You can get even less. If you just spend 1 to 10% of your time pushing to the max and the other 90%, you'll get better results. If you look at Olympic gymnasts and stuff, they spend, once again, 1 to 10%, all different athletes in all sports. And then the other 90%, they're just having fun. They're playing, they're practicing, they're just, working on skills or doing other things. And it's the same with you. Don't apply this mindset to every single part of your life, because you're actually going to drain yourself in the long run and you'll experience burnout. If you consistently, every single week, spend 1 to 10% of your time pushing it to the max, and you keep that habit for a couple years, then you're going to be a bigger badass than most people, than 90 99% of the population. You could shortcut that and push yourself to the max every day for a month, and then you'll be a badass, you know, really fast. But then are you going to be able to sustain that? Is that healthy? I don't think it is. And obviously Goggins is running the shtick right here about pushing yourself to the max. And let me know what you guys think about this. Thank you guys for watching. We do a lot of book reviews here. Subscribe for more. Peace.